welcome back to another episode of the What Was That podcast. I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Addi.
So we've all done some questionable things in life.
I mean, not me. I'm an angel.
Come on now. We both know that neither of us are angels.
I mean, maybe we're not angels, but I'm certainly not the devil.
But wouldn't being a devil be a lot cooler than being an angel? I do look very good in red.
Yeah, but I'd rather people not think that we're evil. It would kind of ruin our whole image.
I guess you're right. Maybe we can ask the audience. Am I the devil? Lightning, thunder, flames. Story 1. My negligence cost my partner her life, and I'm about to lose everything. What? Okay, I'm not ready.
Oh, these are all
I'm not
from...
ready. Okay, can we dive into Am I the Devil, the Reddit, and what that is? Because I haven't read these before.
So these stories are all from Am I the Devil on Reddit, obviously. That's what we said. Yeah. But Am I the Devil is basically people take Am I the Asshole stories, but they take like the worst of the worst ones and they put them on r/Am I the Devil because they're just so heinous. So like some of the stories we have, they have different flares that you can add, but some of them are like a couple of them that we're going to read are assholes from another galaxy.
Oh my God.
It's stuff like that. They're just really, really like they're the most horrendous Am I the Asshole? Or like true off my chest, confessions, like all of, and I mean, yeah, I guess they're not even just Am I the Asshole? It's like you can get true off my chest or what's another one? I don't remember, but yeah, but all they come from different Reddit threads that are like confessional or ask Reddit threads. And they take those posts and put them on Am I the Devil?
Yeah, you're just out of this world with how awful you are.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, my negligence cost my partner her life, and I'm about to lose everything.
Everything.
I'm about to lose everything.
Content warning.
Content warning, violence, death. Okay. I, 35 male, first name wrong. Sorry. Have been married to Lisa, 28 female, for 3 years, together 7. A year ago, I fell deeply in love with Amy, 24 female, and have been planning to end my marriage for her. I know it's terrible and not what my wife deserves, but we're the real thing. Okay. Hate you already. 2 weeks ago, she had an allergic reaction when we were getting food after work. She used her EpiPen and seemed mostly okay afterwards. She usually gets checked at the hospital after the reaction, but I asked her if I could take her home and she could get her friend to drive her there because my wife was expecting me back. All I know is that she had a secondary reaction that evening and died. I didn't even find out about it until the following Monday through a work email. It's been eating me up ever since, and I'll never forgive myself for not sacrificing an hour of my time to possibly save her. I sent some childish messages to Amy when I didn't hear from her over the weekend because I thought she was angry I didn't want to take her to the hospital. I'm thankful she never saw them and ashamed that I assumed the worst. Our relationship was great and the highs far outweighed the lows, but I've always hated being ignored and I lose my cool when it happens. It's not a regular occurrence and I would have more than made it up to her. Yesterday at work, HR and legal were in the CEO's office all day, and my manager ended up canceling our project meeting because he was with them all afternoon. I was on edge, but an affair isn't exactly a corporate crisis, and I thought something would have already happened if anyone knew. I'm now 99% sure it was about me. A few hours ago, I received a message from Amy's phone that said, "This is Amy's brother, Tom. I want you to know it was me." What? I tried to call, but it went straight to voicemail, and none of my messages have been delivered. I tried to call my manager more times than I should have, and he sent a message saying, "Please don't contact me until Monday morning. I can't discuss anything with you right now." So it looks like my universe is going to collapse, and I'm going to be fired, and my wife will definitely find out why. All I can do is hope that Amy's brother only showed the messages from that weekend, and they were bad enough. I have no family except for my wife and daughter and nowhere to go. All of my friends are either people I've met through my wife or colleagues. On Monday, everything I've spent over a decade working towards disappears. I can't stop it. I can't talk to anyone about it. So here I am. I know cheaters are the devil, so I'm not expecting sympathy, but this is making my chest hurt and I need to get it out here. Oh my God.
Dude, that is like the epitome of karma at its finest. The core. I mean, it's absolutely awful that woman had to die.
She literally died.
She did, and the thing is that she didn't have to.
No.
She died because this stupid piece of garbage man was too afraid to go home an hour later because he was having an affair on his wife, so he didn't want to go home late to his wife.
Right.
So he let his mistress die.
A woman you say you love and you're like willing to leave your wife for, you're actually like, no, I don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation for me. So even though you had an allergic reaction and already almost died because of that, you can handle that, right?
You're good. Right? You have roommates or whatever. Like, they can take care of you.
Okay, love you, babe. Bye.
Yeah. Insane. Yeah, he's like...
You don't love her. Like,
no. If you're willing to leave your wife, why does it matter if she's mad at you that you're home late? Why does it matter? Aren't you trying to push that relationship aside anyway? So why does it...
Right.
Why would it matter if you're...
Yeah, stop being... I was about to say being a little bitch, but that's an insult to all the bitches out there. Stop being you.
Stop being the worst. Stop being the devil.
Yeah.
Stop being the devil. That is literally,
if you just nutted up and got a divorce from your wife before you started having an affair.
With your coworker, you bitch.
Like how original, really.
Yeah, really. Get something else. Get something new on the books. We're tired of hearing about coworkers having affairs. Did you know that 80% of affairs happen in the workplace?
I believe it.
Dude. I'd beat somebody's ass. No, and it's crazy too because OP's wife is already significantly younger than OP, like 7-year age difference.
Yeah.
He's just jumping down 3 more years. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know what, I gotta keep the latest and greatest and newest model going. Yeah. This one's already getting a little cashed out. We're getting a little wrinkly, a little saggy. She's not 30 yet, so let me trade it in before she's too far gone. That's crazy.
This person says the dildo of consequence rarely arrives lubed. You're fucked, my guy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say this one is lubed. I feel like this one just took him raw because that he got every single thing he deserved coming to him. Yeah. I mean,
it just sucks that you had to take other people down, literally die with you so you could figure it out. And also, like, you probably don't have friends for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. People don't want to be your friends because you're a fucking nasty piece of shit. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like...
No, it's that's absolutely
every comment.
Insane.
You sound awful. You're getting what you deserve. Mm-hmm. You guys were the real thing, but didn't prioritize making sure she was safe over getting your lies straight with your wife.
Exactly. That's something I'll never get about cheating is that they always, most of the time, I mean, there are times where they're like, oh, I'm just hooking up, it's just flings or whatever. But there are a lot of cheaters, especially when it's people who are cheating in the workplace that are like, I found the one, and I'm going to be happy with this person. And it's just so unbelievable to me that somebody can feel that strongly about someone and not take the actions to be with them, the appropriate actions to be with them.
There's a way to do it. Like, it sucks, but there's a way to do it.
Yeah, it's like, it's really not that hard the second that you feel like you're getting feelings for someone else to go to your partner and be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. I really don't know how this is going to go. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know who I'm going to end up with, but these are the feelings that I've been having, and I want to express them to you because I think it would be good if we took some time apart so I can figure out my own feelings.
Yeah. It's like, no matter what, someone's going to get hurt. You might as well hurt them as little as possible.
Yeah, there's no reason to cheat on them. Just figure shit out on your own. You can be separated. And here's the thing I think people forget a lot, too, is that communication is so important and so instrumental in conflict resolution and overall well-being within relationships. But if you go to your wife and say that you're unsure, like, hey, I'm kind of having these feelings. I don't really know where they're going. I don't really know, like, what's going on in my head. I just need to take some time for me and really sort myself out. There is a chance in the future, and this is not always going to happen for me, never going to happen, but there is a chance in the future, if you come to your partner with that sort of trust and that sort of communication and that sort of respect, that there might be, a resolution at the end past that. You guys can come back together and work things out if that's what you want to do, if that's what you figure out you want to do, and you don't want to be with a person 10 years your senior.
Right.
But...
And, like, you still have to co-parent. So no matter what, you should kind of be trying to have a good relationship.
Yeah, because your kid's just going to hate you.
Right. Instead of losing everything, at least, okay, I don't get along with your father for X, Y, and Z, but...
At least he was respectful.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, in the most respectful way that you can be, because having an affair with somebody you work with is already disrespectful.
Yeah, that's going to be an absolutely no, and then... I'm going to be like, yeah, your dad ain't shit. Because you're not.
No.
OP, you're not.
If you find yourself having feelings for somebody that's not your partner, you should not be around that person.
Yeah, you shouldn't be around that person. You should investigate why you're having that feelings. Is it really that person, or is it just the notion of something new?
Yes, you're just looking to
the
spice
novelty.
Things up. Yeah. There's something lacking in your current relationship that you feel like you need to fill in the gap.
Yeah.
In which case you could go to therapy for.
That's what it comes down to. You need to go to therapy instead of, like, putting your dick in someone else.
Yep.
Have you considered?
Yep. Thank you. Next.
Story 2.
We should make those on a t-shirts. Put your dick or go to
therapy and stop putting your dick in shit. But maybe not dick in shit because people are gonna depends on
Go to a therapist, not a mistress.
Yeah. I want...
Therapist over mistress. Mistress.
Mistries.
Anyway.
Mysteries.
Yeah, this story sucks. You are the devil.
You suck. I hope you get everything that's coming to you, and it sounds like it is on its way.
Yeah.
You rotting piece of garbage.
Absolutely. Lose your job, lose your house, lose all your friends and family, and frankly, go in a little cardboard box somewhere.
Oh yeah, they deleted themselves. I get why they would do that.
I hope you get an allergic reaction the next time you're jacking off and you...
I hope you scrape your knee and it gets infected and leaves a scar.
It's a lot nicer than what I said.
It is. I hope as you're jacking off and get an infection, you fall over, scrape your knee, and then someone's like, oh, what happened there? And you have to think about the time that you jacked off, got an infection, and then fell over and scraped your knee. And you have to make up a weird lie, but no one actually believes it. And then Tom, your fling's brother, actually knows the true story because Tom knows everything and tells everyone.
I wish it were a law that, which it never will be because we have a bunch of old decrepit white men in charge and they all cheat on their wives with people. But I wish it was law that if you cheated on your spouse, that you had to get it like tattooed on your forehead. Cheater. Yeah. Just like with pedophiles. I think you should have to have like a scar.
When I am to be wed, in the prenup, I do want a cheater's clause.
We're having one of those.
Yeah, like if you cheat on me, I get everything you own. Yeah. So it's really good incentive for you not to... Like, obviously, we're in love and you never would. But if you do...
Yeah. I told Quentin I wanted the same thing because I was like, I can either you and your mistress... Mm-hmm. Or we can sign a prenup that says if you cheat on me, I get every single thing, every asset, everything that you are, I own. Yeah. So don't do it. And he was like, okay, cool. And I'm like,
sick.
Gang.
Yeah.
Like
green flag.
Yeah, exactly. No questions asked. He was so about it.
Yeah.
So Story 2. This title is also on r/am I the devil, and it's reposted, and somebody titled it just gross. So that's where the title comes from. And the actual title is from r/true unpopular opinion. The stigma surrounding age gap dating is primarily rooted in disdain towards men for winning and getting what they want.
Okay.
Just like what we were talking about today at lunch.
Wow.
Age gap relationships. I thought it was really funny that I put the story in there, and right after we started talking about it. Yep. Okay. I understand that this is a very controversial subject in 2024, and it has become much more demonized than I remember even just a decade ago. People who stigmatize this attraction will act as if there's just some kind of awful trauma that's happening in every single age gap relationship. Let's say age gaps more than just a few years, or that a healthy heterosexual man is some kind of demon because he's sexually attracted to a fully grown adult woman. With adult physical features, a beautiful looking face and body, sweet feminine personality traits, I really don't think people are being honest with their motivations of why they criticize this. Men have...
Who wrote this? Epstein? Like, what are we?
Trump. I just like a big, beautiful lady. I don't know. I just have all the most beautiful ladies in all the land.
The biggest, beautiful lady you've ever seen.
Men have hardwired instincts built from thousands of years of evolution. Men are designed to be attracted to young, healthy, sexually mature, feminine characteristics. It makes perfect sense evolutionarily. Evolutionarily. I'm sorry.
It's like an enemy.
It makes sense.
Evolutionarily?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. With evolution in mind, it makes perfect sense. I really don't think women, male feminists, and other allies are being truthful when they see a guy in his late 30s/early 40s wanting to date or bang a 22-year-old hottie, and they proceed to call him insecure or mentally immature or predator/manipulator/pedo, etc. The real motivation behind the age gap criticism. I think there are many reasons people criticize age gaps in 2024, but the big one, deep down, apart from societal conditioning, is that it makes women angry to see yet another example of men exercising their male privilege, which I do admit does exist, and being able to date the most desired people of their available dating market for a much longer span of time than a woman can. This is similar to when people get upset at men for making more money than women. They need to try to find some immoral reason like misogyny or systemic gender oppression instead of just admitting, on average, most men tend to be better at most things that make big bucks than most women. The opposite scenario with sex is reversed is not the same thing and women know it. When women pretend to get angry at older women dating or sleeping around with younger men, the truth is they're just trying to not look hypocritical so they can freely criticize men dating younger, and no one will be able to say that they're inconsistent with their arguments. But women aren't stupid. They know men and women are not the same, and they understand that in most cases, nobody is really being hurt if a cougar so-called preys on some horny 19-year-old guy who's probably ecstatic to be hooking up with a MILF. Even in the cases where there is real abuse and trauma, it does exist sometimes, of course, sometimes. It's not the same at all as an older man abusing a younger woman, simply because of the fact that 99% of women cannot physically overpower 99% of men. And also because teen boys are generally horny dogs and will think they're lucky stars to be able to hump anything. Admittedly, many men are also guilty of being dishonest when they criticize women. In this never-ending war, the perpetual battle of sexes, women will always despise the fact that they will never be able to compete with a healthy, moderately successful male's dating options and success in the long run. Success, which will usually compound as he gets older if he makes good decisions and has his life together. Few things infuriate women more than hearing a story of a fellow woman being dumped in her mid-40s by her husband who had an affair with a hot young 20-something. All women can relate to this fear and insecurity. Their response, with the backing of modern cancel culture, increasing feminism, and politically correct movement, is to shame men into behaving in ways that will benefit their side. Very much similar to when men get angry at women for preferring taller, wealthier, generally more dominant men, saying they are all gold-digging whores or she's for the streets, or has daddy issues, likes being mistreated, doesn't appreciate a guy, etc. I think a lot of these reactions from men exist just to protect the male ego. But in reality, women are just biologically designed to like large, healthy, strong-looking, dominant, successful males. And it has nothing to do with any insecurity or mental trauma. TLDR, heterosexual men are biologically designed to be attracted to the features of a healthy-looking, beautiful woman who can have success in birthing and caring for children. Most people who criticize this desire, which exists in men, mostly women and other related allies, are just pretending that their main motivation is to care about so-called victims, when the real reason is they're so angry that men hold the biggest W in the sex war in a zero-sum game where women directly lose and are inevitably seen as less valuable and hotter younger women as they age. Women and other allies pretending to care about age gaps where the woman is older are either being completely dishonest and just looking to push the narrative that any age gaps are wrong across the board and should be done away with, because this broad culture change would benefit women more as a whole. Either that or they're filtering the scenario too much through their woman psyche and completely unaware of how the typical male brain works. Edit. I knew this post would be unpopular, but wow, I didn't think it would be so unpopular that people would downvote it even if it satisfies the purpose of this sub to post an unpopular opinion. Isn't that how this is supposed to work? Or is this topic so taboo that we're not even to acknowledge an unpopular opinion about it, and we're supposed to discourage all conversation that might suggest that there are other viewpoints?
I want a notepad. So I can write down all of the issues I have with this. I do think it's rage bait. I will say, who set the system up? Great question. Who set that system up? In particular, talking about how sexual assault of young boys isn't taken seriously. Who set that system up? Because it should be taken seriously, just as serious as sexual assault of young girls. And I will also say, I don't hear anything about the female loneliness epidemic. It's the male loneliness epidemic because women aren't dating them because they have viewpoints like this. They're underdeveloped. They're not emotionally developed. And they're completely delusional as to their addition to society, when really the only reason we needed them historically is because we couldn't have bank accounts. My grandma couldn't have a bank account outside of her husband. Now that we can do that, we actually don't need you guys, and we really don't want you guys. So consider that. Like, fuck off, my guy. Like, I will say, I don't care about an age gap relationship once it gets to a certain point.
Yeah, always.
See, the way I look at it is like, you don't want to deal, because like, we've been in our 20s. You don't want to deal with the shit of someone in their 20s.
Yeah.
But you want a little more mature, but still younger than you.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I don't understand why he's like, age gaps are so... I'm like, no, it's not about...
It's not about that.
It's predatory because people are so underdeveloped.
It's the power imbalance of it.
Yeah. If 22-year-old me was dating a mid-40s guy, I would be demolished because I have no idea what I'm doing at 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
I was demolished by a 27-year-old and I was 20. So, like, you know what? Like,
same. Like, I was demolished by somebody a year and a half older than me.
Like, come on.
No, yeah. This is definitely rage bait. I agree with you 100%.
Well, and then, like, you look at the motives of, like, some of the people, like, going for the younger. It's because, like, you can manipulate her easier. You can train her to do certain things. If you genuinely had a connection, I would ask why your brain hasn't developed fully. But also, that's one thing. But if it's like, oh, because I can easily control her and she's so innocent and doesn't really know what she should be asking for. It's like, have you watched Poor Things?
No.
The whole movie is basically this.
Yeah, I know what it's about, but no, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, no, it goes through... I understand why they depicted it in a certain way. I understand why people don't like that it's depicted in a certain way. But essentially, Emma Stone's character... has the brain of a child, and you watch her grow into a woman, and you watch pretty much the men around her and how they treat her when she's young and naive and susceptible and how they're all very predatory. And as she ages in the movie, she becomes more of her own person. She has more of her own autonomy. And they're like, why are you so mean to me? She's not mean to them. She just knows her worth and is like, stop crying. Why are you, like, shut the fuck up and grow up, my guy. And they're like, what happened to the sweet? It's like,
sorry, I grew a brain and feelings and developed. Like,
and she feels phenomenal about herself now. She doesn't feel as used and things like that. Mm-hmm. But the men in her life are so selfish that they don't see that as an accomplishment. They just see, I can't control her anymore.
Mm-hmm. This is very red-pilled.
It is, yeah.
And it's
like there, you wonder why there's a male loneliness epidemic. Like,
and it's like,
why would someone want you?
Women predators are very much as prevalent as male predators. Like, they're being like, oh, women just pretend to turn it. No, women predators are just as gross. Yeah, they're just not as prevalent as male predators. Which,
because you have people like you, OP, being like, oh yeah, like a horny young boy would be so lucky. Yeah. No, that's still like, oh my God, like, fuck off.
Even if they're older than 18, like if there's a teen at the end of their age,
absolutely
if you
not.
are more than like 2 years older than them, you should not be touching them. Mm-hmm. That it's as simple as that. Even like 18 and 16, you're
toeing the line.
Toeing the line.
Yeah.
19, 17, toeing the line. It's, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, that's just weird, you guys. It's not.
Yeah, the younger you are, the smaller the gap.
Yeah.
As you age, the gap widens.
And I'll never understand how common it is for, like, underage male victims, like how normalized it is for, and like, and I can't even put it into words, in all sorts of media. Like when you watch a movie and you see a young man losing his virginity, it's a lot of the time to the housewife next door, and it's so normalized, and so boys are being brought up into the world thinking that that's okay and that it's fine for Mrs. McMara next door.
Yeah.
She's 35, but she's a MILF.
My biggest problem with Gabby Solis.
Yeah, exactly. When I watched Desperate Housewives, the whole time, I was like, I don't like Gabby, and I don't know how people support Gabby.
Right.
Because she is a full-grown adult woman with a husband.
She's 30.
And she's having an affair with a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
16. That's repulsive. Yeah. And it's so idolized in so much media. We watched, oh my God, what movie did we watch? It was an Adam Sandler movie. Mm-hmm. And same thing. He was like, I lost my virginity to this old lady. And that's wild to me that people are like, hell yeah, brother. That's like,
you were assaulted.
Yeah, you were actually, like, that's not, you didn't lose your virginity because you chose to. You can't consent when you're that young. You have no idea what you're consenting to. Right. The person who is doing it to you does. Right. And they know very well that they're taking advantage of you. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing if you get older and you're in your mid-20s and there's a fucking 45-year-old predator looking at you like, I want you because you're hot, you're slim, you're new, you're improved, you're childbearing ready. Fuck you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm on like the dating apps where my age range is like 32 plus. Mm-hmm. I've seen what you guys are working with. Most of you are balding, so shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Be nice to your wife if you ever, or let her go so she can find someone else who's not you. Because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
She deserves better.
Have you ever thought about...
Have you considered?
Have you thought about going and laying in the middle of the highway?
Drive off a cliff.
Wearing all black. It's nighttime. Go lay down. That's insane. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, and that's why you got roasted to high heavens.
Yeah. Boom, roasted.
It's just...
correctly named. Gross. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand why why are men the way that they are? And here's the thing, guys. We know that a lot of you listening are men now, which is crazy, and we love you.
Guys.
Don't be these guys.
We don't hate all men, but we hate these ones for sure.
Exactly. It's not all men. It's the men who perpetuate this stigma and this stereotype of being so fucking red-pilled.
Red pill and entitled for no fucking reason. Like, look at yourself and your own attributes. Do you actually have any?
Yeah.
Or are you just entitled?
Just because you might be a little, like, physically at an advantage, which isn't even that much because women can still train to be as strong as a man. Like, right. That doesn't equate or compute to me in my brain because, that again, women can be just as fucking strong and
why
mobile.
Is brute force the only metric?
That's what I was about to say. Is like, just because like that, there's still all of these other attributes that you have to look at. You can't just say like, oh, big man, me stronger, I better. Like, no, women are scientifically proven to be smarter than men are. We can bear children out of our literal bodies. Men cannot do that. We ovulate once a fucking month. Men don't fucking have to deal with that. We bleed out of our bodies.
Right.
That's hardcore. That's metal as fuck. And you're going to tell me that a man's better than a woman? Suck my non-existent cock. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
With blood all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb motherfucker.
Anyway.
So the rage bait worked.
Fuck you! Just like throwing stuff at the camera.
Being like, oh yeah, all these feminists are gonna be so mad. Us, fuck you,
you stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did work.
Your tits are probably bigger than mine. Fuck you. You and your Dorito fingers. Fuck off.
You don't even smell good.
No.
I smell good. I smell like a beautiful vanilla tobacco flower.
Yeah, you Andrew Tate wannabe looking ass motherfucker with no fucking chin.
Neckbeard looking ass. Mountain Dew bottle full of pee next to your WoW computer looking ass.
Your mom doesn't even like you anymore, but she's stuck with you. She's like, ah, shit.
No, his mom loves him too much. That's why he's so comfortable with this. Because he's like, my mom will love me. That means any woman will love me.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Story 3. I stalked my ex and now she has blocked me. I wrote my ex letters for years. Fate reunited us and now I'm blocked again. Okay. 3 years ago, I met my ex on Omegle. Okay.
Did you ever use Omegle?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Okay. 3 years ago, I met my ex on Omegle where we bonded over long conversations despite disagreeing on music. Okay. We quickly made a strong bond and started dating, even though we both cringed at the idea of an online relationship. Early on, I learned that she had a traumatic past, but I was too immature and overconfident to realize how emotionally draining her struggles would be. Eventually, the relationship took its toll on me, and although I loved her, I made the decision to break up with her, a choice she fought against, but I stood firm. To this day, I regret it. After our breakup, I was involved with other girls and managed to forget her for a while. But by the end of the year, I realized that none of them compared to her. She had everything I wanted, from her looks to personality, but I hadn't appreciated it while we were together. This led me to start sending her letters through her P.O. box, which I had from when I once sent her a game I wanted to play. In my first letter, I expressed how much I missed her and mentioned dating other girls after a breakup to forget her, but it didn't work. She replied with a cold, egocentric tone, which was understandable given how badly we ended things. Despite her response, the fact that she had replied at all kept me writing more letters. 3 months later, I sent out another letter, again admitting I was missing her and feeling ashamed for reaching out. She replied in the same distant tone, this time pointing out the mistakes in our relationship and how short it was. When she didn't respond to my third letter, I became obsessed, sending more and more letters in hopes that she would reply, but she never did. Despite my efforts, I never got another reply. I will change my location for privacy reasons. My parents and I were going on a field trip to Texas. My ex lived all the way in California, so she was hundreds of miles apart from where I was at. I decided to go to one of the shopping malls from the city. I was getting out of the store when I saw a girl that looked exactly like my ex walk from the other side of the mall. I was so astonished by the similarities that I followed her direction just to make sure it wasn't her. As I was getting closer, I slowly started to realize that it actually was her. I was panicking very badly. My heart was beating very fast. But I was thinking to myself, even if it isn't her, you've got to talk to her. And since I wasn't 100% sure, I started mentally preparing myself to do a simple cold approach before assuming anything. Since she was with her parents, I had to wait for her to go to one of the stores by herself so I could talk to her. She went into a store by herself. I went in, approached her, and asked her for her name. She then said, "Wait, are you OP?" I replied, "Yes, no way it's you." I asked her why she was there. She was visiting for a softball tournament. She told me that she already knew that I was in Texas because one of her friends, who I became friends with when we were all together, showed her snap locations from being in the same city. We had such a good conversation, although it was cut short because of her needing to return to her parents. I told her how relieved I was to see her, and she told me she was very happy and surprised to see me. After that, she unblocked me on Instagram. I told her I was going to text her. She replied very well to the text, and we began to have a conversation. This was a dream come true for me. I felt like that it was a higher calling for us to end up together. I was the happiest I'd ever been. It didn't feel real. This is where I'm confused. After one of her replies, I asked her if she wanted to have a fresh start with me. I waited days for her to respond. I knew from the first day she ignored the message that she wasn't going to reply, since she's the type to quickly reply or never reply. A couple weeks go by, still without saying anything. I check her profile and poof, I'm blocked again. I don't know what to do anymore. At this point, I've written her one last letter asking why. If I don't get a reply, I'll leave it as is, but the situation has literally ruined most of my life. I need advice. I've heard my English sounds a bit too formal at times. I'm not a native speaker and still learning English from my college, so my apologies for any bad phrasing. Okay, leave her alone.
Okay, Omegle, since you don't know what Omegle is. So Omegle was when everybody started to have like their own laptops and stuff like that, like back in the late 2010s. There was like a chat site called Omegle that basically like shuffled you through random people using the
like chat
website.
Roulette.
Yes, exactly like chat roulette. You use your video camera so you can like talk to people, and if you don't like that person, you go to the next person. Mm-hmm. That's Omegle. Everybody used it all the time when I was a kid. You saw lots of weens and people yoinking it on there. It was like, I don't know why we were allowed unfiltered access to the internet at such a young age.
Wild, wild west.
Dude, it was crazy. I literally remember sitting in my room when I was like 14 with 3 of my friends sitting on my bed, and they're like, "Show tits," and we're like, no. Like, what the fuck? I'm 14. I shouldn't even have to be like say no to somebody like asking that. Insane. But yes, it is really funny that they found a partner on Omegle, because that is pretty difficult when you're sorting through all the wieners.
Wiener. Oh, do you want to date?
Yeah. But despite to disagree on music, we still really liked each other.
Yeah, our biggest disagreement. Oh my God.
Yeah. But
come on.
I do think it's really funny. This is such a common trope when men write in to help websites or Reddit or anything. They're like, well, we started off and I just realized that she had so many problems and I didn't know if I wanted to deal with all of those problems, so I just broke up with her.
Yep.
But then I realized I didn't want to break up with her, actually. And so I tried really hard because I should be able to get back with her because I didn't do that much. I just broke her heart because I couldn't deal with all of her emotional mood swings.
I just, hooked up with other girls and then told her, hey, after hooking up with other girls, you're the one for me, baby.
I couldn't stop thinking about that sweet, sweet puss of yours.
Yeah, well, I had their tits in my face. I was actually thinking about you. Isn't that sweet of me?
Isn't that so nice? And I actually don't have any problems that you have to deal with, except for my excessive stalking and all my letters that I'm going to write you in the near years. Mm-hmm. But she was definitely like, 100% she saw him and she was like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I gotta get back to my parents.
Yeah, unblocked him because they were probably in the same city. And she was like, if I run into him again, I don't want this to be a conflict.
Right.
And then after she left that city, she was like, okay,
Done.
I don't have to worry about it. Which personally, that's what I would do, because I would be scared if somebody was writing me messages over and over to my P.O. box and I kept telling them to leave me alone. I'd probably do the same thing to keep the peace so I'm not being harassed while I'm in this town for my softball tournament. You know?
It's like scenarios like these. I'm like, don't tempt crazy, because they have proven that they are very unhinged. Just get yourself out of the situation. Yeah. De-escalate, get yourself out of there.
And that's another thing, to go back to the previous story. Another thing that, women have to do in these kind of situations that, make it so manipulative for men to take advantage of them is, we know as a woman that we are on the, losing hand of things. When it comes to going to court and having people believe you that somebody's stalking you, they're more likely to believe the man. If you're trying to get a restraining order, if you're trying to do anything, most of the time the guy's gonna come out on top, and it's not fair. It's not fair, which the world isn't fair or whatever. But in this scenario, this is something that women have to practice every day. Right. Every day. They're like, I can't be too mean, because who knows if that guy has a knife in his pocket and is going to stab me because I don't want to go on a date with him. I can't say that I don't want to go on a date with him. I have to say I have a boyfriend, because who knows if that guy's just going to come up and punch me in the face. Right.
And then all the other guys are just going to watch it happen.
And do nothing.
Which is also insane. Analyze yourselves. Why would you just watch that happen?
Story 4.
I hate my wife. Thanks, Captain Obvious. That's part of the title.
This is, like I said, this whole theme is, am I the devil?
Yep. Me. Maybe I should get back out there and start dating. Nope. Keeping my ass at home. I'm hanging out with my girlies. Fuck that shit.
Story 4. I hate my wife.
I forgot I wasn't reading this. I'm too fired up. I don't know the difference between purple and green.
So
all this I see is red.
This is originally from r/True Off My Chest. So this is just a guy admitting his feelings. So
amazing.
I hate my wife and I hate my life. For years, I've tried to be a good husband and a good father. I've sacrificed almost every hobby, every dream, and every desire I've ever had, throwing them all away for the sake of my family. I've even taken on jobs I despise, apartment renovations despite being an architect by trade, just to ensure my family is fed and sheltered. At one point, I even attempted to start a pig farm to sell pork, desperate to provide a stable income. And yet, the only sliver of happiness I have left is watching football and drinking beer with my friends. But even that is a crime, apparently. I'm judged for it, called selfish. Of course I'm selfish, right? Everything wrong in our lives is somehow my fault. The fact that we have 5 kids, despite not being able to afford them comfortably, my fault. The crushing stress of it all, my fault. One time, in a fit of anger, my wife told me that her cancer was my fault because stress can be a cause. I brushed it off at the time, but I will never forget it. Those words are burned into my memory. What kind of love makes someone say something like that? Deep down, I know she doesn't love me. In fact, I think she hates me. She's just too cowardly to say it outright. When you love someone, you forgive them, even when they hurt you. You shift blame away from them even when it might be deserved. But in my marriage, I'm always the scapegoat, always the villain. I get it, life is exhausting, but I'm exhausted too. I pay the bills, I keep food on the table, I deal with our loud, whiny, annoying children, I sacrifice every second of my free time, and what do I get in return? Guilt. If I spend a measly $60 on myself for a night out at a restaurant, I'm racked with guilt for days. But let's not pretend I'm perfect. I cheated on her once. One single time in 15 years. I know it's wrong, but it happened because I was so profoundly unhappy in this family. And even then, I tried to make it up to her. I took her to Paris afterward, hoping to reignite some spark between us. For a moment, she seemed excited, but soon she got bored of me and made new friends there. She spent more time with them than me during the trip. That was when I realized she doesn't love me. She doesn't even like me. If you asked her to name one positive trait I have, she'd probably sit in silence, struggling to come up with an answer. But if you asked her what she dislikes about me, she could rant for hours. How I'm inattentive, uninteresting, selfish, phony, boring, untalented. Why am I wasting my one and only life living like this? Why should I be condemned to a lifetime of servitude for someone who doesn't even respect me? And yes, I know people will say, you're irresponsible, but I don't care anymore. For once in my life, I want to be free. I want to be selfish. I want to stop being the perfect husband and father and just live for myself. I want to disappear for weekends of fishing, spend my paycheck on football games and beers, and cheat without a shred of remorse. I don't do those things now, not because I'm a good person, but because I ain't got the balls to do it. I'm tired of pretending. The truth is, I don't love my wife. I don't even like her. The sex is bad, the relationship is worse, we don't share interests, values, or even a sense of humor. I can't remember a single moment in our 15 years of marriage where we were truly in sync. I wanted a passion, I wanted love. Instead, I got this hollow, lifeless existence. She's not even a bad person. She's an okay mom and a better friend, but she's not my person. Even the little things grate on me. I despise her cooking and can't bring myself to say it. I've silently endured 15 years of bland meals just to avoid her inevitable fits if I dare to complain. 15 years. Is this a life sentence? When does it end? How long do I have to keep up this charade? I am so miserable.
First off, let me say you're clearly not the perfect husband if everyone hates you and is complaining about you. You're not the perfect father, you're not the perfect husband, because if you were, they wouldn't be complaining about you to your face. And you just don't have the balls to come up with any of your grievances, like, I don't know, buying a spice rack for your wife, and so you've internalized that.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming everyone else's problem. And no one asked you to marry this girl. No one asked you to have 5 kids with this girl. Hello, birth control.
That's literally when he was like, I'm somehow responsible. I'm like, how do you think a woman gets pregnant?
Right.
I'm sorry, I didn't think a woman could impregnate herself.
Right.
I wish they could. Truly, for all the women out there who want to have a baby and don't have a man in their life, I wish a woman can impregnate herself. But she fucking can't. So yes, you are responsible. You slid your dick into her. You killed her. Of course.
At least 5 times.
At least 5 times. At least. How are you going to say you don't like having sex with someone but have 5 kids with them?
Right. And complain about the kids. You're also the parent of those kids. So it is your fault, honestly, that your kids are shitty because you're not taking the time to teach them how to be a better person.
Yeah.
It is your fault. Like,
it is. And it's like, it's crazy because he's like, oh, I hate all my kids. I'm like, then why did you keep having them?
Right.
You had so many opportunities.
I get if you had one and you're like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to have more kids.
Yeah.
But you had 5. So you got to number 4 and you're like, nah, it's okay if we have another one.
Yeah.
Because 4 is already too much for me. And I personally would be like, you know what? Let's take some measures to make sure we don't have more kids because I already hate the other 4.
Yeah. But no, you kept doing it. So yes, it's your responsibility. Also, I guarantee you she didn't say that her cancer was his fault. She probably insinuated that he wasn't helping.
You're making it worse.
You're making it worse. She needs like a loving, happy, healthy household. If you're going through cancer, your body is fighting itself. It is literally eating itself from the inside out. You have to be there and be a rock solid partner to help your partner get through it. Otherwise, yeah, the stress is going to make it worse. So I guarantee you that's what she said. And he was like,
yep.
Oh, of course it's my fault. Everything's... No.
And like, you are the villain. You cheated on your wife. So
yeah, even if you didn't...
When did she get cancer and when did you cheat on her? Because that's what I wanted.
I bet it was while she was pregnant, though, to be honest. Men most of the time cheat when they're, like, pregnant.
Men also cheat when women get sick.
They do. It's just disgusting.
Yeah. Because I could see... If it's before that he cheated and then she got cancer, I would be stressed about that. Especially if it was, like, while I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I'd be stressed while I had cancer that you're going to cheat on me again. No matter when it is, it's not good. But then thinking, oh, let me just throw money at it.
Yeah.
I'll take you to Paris, baby. Let me throw money at this.
Yeah.
And then all your feelings are not valid anymore because I threw money at it.
Yeah. And it's like, you don't get a gold star for being like, oh, I only cheated once in 15 years. You still cheat. That's like saying...
You still cheated.
Oh, I only killed one person in the last 15 years. You don't get a gold star for that. You don't get a gold star for being a good person.
Right.
Like,
and why is your attempt to have a stable income a pig farm?
He just wants to kill something.
How does how does that make sense? Like, you're an architect and you're like, no one's going to give me really stable income being a pig farmer.
He can imagine that the pigs are his wife and kids. That's the thing.
Yeah, like...
She also probably, when she went to Paris and, like, made all those friends, she was like, wow, hanging out with these people are way more fun than hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Which
Mr.
is
like,
fair.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
My life choices are not the ones I wanted, and instead of doing something about it, I'm going to make it everyone else's problem.
Yeah. And again, it always goes back to, leave.
Leave.
Just leave.
Leave. You're not happy. Leave.
Yeah, okay,
She'll be a lot happier without you.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
So what, you have to pay alimony or child support? Like, would you rather pay alimony and child support and be by yourself and be able to go take your fucking fishing trips every weekend and go to a football game and drink beer, and I wouldn't be cheating because you're not in a relationship anymore, but sleep around with whatever fucking woman you can convince to sleep with you?
Yeah.
Or would you rather stay in this unhappy place for the rest of your life? That is literally your choice. Everything in life is about choice.
And, like, he's kind of assuming a lot of how she feels about him. He's like, if you ask her what she dislikes about me, she'd probably say I'm inattentive or uninteresting or selfish or phony or boring. It's like, that's all the things you think she's going to say about you.
Yeah, that sounds
so
like some
do you believe that's true about you?
Yeah.
Because it might be if you're internalizing it. Mm-hmm. You need to go to therapy and stop putting your dick in other people.
That's really what the episode should have been titled is, don't put your dick in people, go to therapy.
Yeah. Have you considered therapy? Sounds like you haven't. And also, like, oh yeah, I'm just making sure my family is fed and sheltered. As you fucking, that's your job.
Yeah.
As like someone who chose to have children and a family, that is what you should be doing. That is the bare minimum. You're not going above and beyond by doing that.
Exactly. You don't get a gold star for being a good person.
Yeah,
you don't
bare
get a
minimum.
Yeah,
that your children have a place to rest their head.
Exactly. I literally was just talking about this with Sarah. I'm like, I hate that the people who don't really care about having kids or like will resent their kids are able to have kids.
Yeah.
And there are so many people who can't have kids that want them and would do anything for a child and give that child the best life possible.
Right.
When people like this exist and they get 5 fucking kids. And granted, the mom could be the most amazing mom. And I guarantee you she is. Yeah. I guarantee you that she does everything she possibly can for these kids. And that's why she's so resentful. I mean, one of the plethora of reasons to be resentful.
She's basically a single mom.
She's already a single mom. And yeah, she probably gets upset that you're going out to dinner because she's made dinner every single night for the past 2 weeks. And she wants one night to herself. But you go out and you get yourself a $60 fucking dinner for yourself. That's crazy. Yeah.
Also, you're like thinking, like, all I want to do is watch football with my friends. Do you realize how many nights a week have football going on? It's like every night except for, I think, one. Yeah. Which I got roped into a fantasy football league a couple years ago. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like, yeah, football Sunday, whatever. There's so much fucking football. So, yeah, I would have a problem with that, too. Yeah. We have 5 kids that I got to take care of. I have cancer.
Can we maybe pick like one thing to focus on right now that's not football? Yeah.
Football, you're not even on the fucking team. Why do you care so much, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Insane. I don't know. It all sucks. All of this is crazy. I hate this man. I hate all of them. And I'm very confident in saying that I'm not the devil.
Yeah, I will go back and agree that you are, in fact, an angel.
Thank you. As good as you do look in red, I think you're an angel too.
Thanks, Queen. This is why we won't be in a loveless marriage for 15 years down the road.
That and all of our angelic followers supporting us by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing Follow us on our... That's how you keep your wife happy. Ooh, both of those. Yeah.
Huge chaperone giver.
Yeah, follow us on social media, all of them. And also, you can listen to us anywhere. And if you would like us to read your own story, if you heard a story or anything, you can post it on our Reddit or email us at whatwasthat.thepod@gmail.com.
Do you think the advice of strangers will make our relationship stronger?
I mean, isn't that the whole purpose of Reddit? People ask, am I the devil? And Redditors tell them. So I feel like that's... Wait, what was that?